Welcome to the Leadership Seminar. My name is Pierre Vigilance.
And I'm Angie Hinsey.
And we're your guides through the next 6 weeks of this leadership course. Thank you very much for taking the class. We think that it's something very different, and we hope that you think the same thing by the time we're done in about 6 weeks. As I said, my name is Pierre Vigilance. I'm the Associate Dean for Practice here at the School of Public Health and an Associate Professor of Global Health. But, that's the formal stuff, and I'll let you go to the internet and search away to find out exactly what I've done and where. But for the purposes of this course, I want to sort of describe myself a little bit more sort of authentically, if you will. Talk to you about the fact that I consider myself to be a dot connector, someone who at this point in my career has managed to come around to an understanding of how different, very diverse places and people and organizations can potentially work together to impact public health outcomes for communities. That's the most exciting thing to me, is finding connections for people, between organizations, between different types of venture, bringing them together for the purposes of creating a particular outcome. Hopefully you'll see how some of that is sort of woven into the course itself. We'll talk a little bit in a few minutes about how the course came about, but that's sort of me in a nutshell. As I said, some of the other stuff may come up while we're having conversations over the next 6 weeks, but the rest of it, the web's a pretty good place to find it.
So as I said, I'm Angie Hinsey. What you'll find about me on the web is that I'm the director of iScopes, which is a service learning program that works with graduate health professional students at GW. But I'm interested in this course and a part of this course because I'm also very interested in organizational science, and especially as it relates to leadership and leadership studies. So I come to this course from kind of the theory and the research aspects of things. So you'll hear me talk a lot about that. Pierre brings a lot of practice experience to the table. So we came together to put this course together so that you would have all three aspects as it relates to theory, research, and leadership. So a little bit more about myself in this course, especially as it relates to complexity leadership. We're hoping that throughout this course you get a better understanding of where leadership is today, and hopefully that helps you think through how you can practice leadership in your current organizations, in your current group work, even in your home environments as we go throughout this course together.
What I think is really interesting about this course from my perspective is that I get to do the course from an instructor perspective with somebody who I learn from all the time and who hopefully sometimes learns something from me. And we work together all the time on a number of different elements of both of our work, and I think that helps inform not only the interaction you'll see between us here in this sort of medium, but also how we think about the course and how we put it together. The course itself was born out of a couple different events. One of them was a more formal event, and one of them was much more informal. The formal event was an engagement with a consulting group that was helping us sort of diversify some of our practice platform at the school. And in conversations with that group that was very diverse in and of itself, people from a number of different sectors, the idea of having a lecture series came up. But typically, it's difficult for us to be able to get students to come to particular lectures outside of your busy schedules. And so then the idea was blended with one that came from a group of students who I sat down with and said, what is it that you think that you'd like to see that we don't actually provide you as part of your sort of course offerings, your elective course offerings? And they, frankly, very honestly said to me, we want to meet some of the people you know. We want to meet some of those leaders, some of the people who influence you, some people you've worked with, people in your network. Those two conversations together had me come up with this idea of creating a leadership course, because there's no expressed leadership course in the curriculum. There are management and leadership components to some courses, but a course dedicated solely to leadership, this is it. And then no better person to do that course with than somebody who is steeped in not only leadership on a day-to-day basis in the work that she does with iScopes and the community partners that they have, but also the theoretical and academic end of that. So from an academic perspective, certainly very, very well-versed in that area of things, creating a great opportunity for a partnership here. So the course has been one that has morphed slightly over time for us in class, and hopefully bringing it to this particular platform in the way that we're doing it now is one that we can get feedback from you on so that we can improve it for you and for your colleagues who are going to take it in the future.
So we appreciate you joining us. We look forward to engaging with you through these sessions, but also in live sessions. We hope that you'll remain engaged and ask lots of questions. We're okay with you bringing up points that may be contentious. That's a part of what we're talking about. So bring your experiences to the table, bring your expectations to the table, but expect to be also challenged in how you think about what leadership looks like in practice every day.
Your colleagues have defined this class in a number of different ways. They've referred to it as different. They've referred to it as the absolutely best experience they had in the School of Public Health, and I didn't have to write them checks to actually say that. They've described it as being something that made them think about themselves in a slightly different way, and gave them an opportunity to truly be reflective about themselves and introspective in a way that other courses naturally and quite appropriately don't necessarily expect them to. So what we ask for you to bring to this class each week and to your consideration of this class each week is obviously some degree of introspection, a great degree of vulnerability. It's okay to be a bit vulnerable with respect to how you feel about these things and how you communicate those things. And some creativity too. Think about how you can bring some of your personality, your passion, your drive, etc., to some of the scenarios that we're going to be talking about in some of those areas as you consider maybe adjusting your leadership style or honing your leadership style so that it can be most effective and become your particular signature. So if you have nothing else with respect to that opening, so thank you very much again for taking the course, and we look forward to learning with you.